Welcome to Rocksolid Productions, where in this video we are going to check out the Brawler 64 USB gamepad designed to work with the Switch and other USB devices. Stay tuned! Hey everyone, Gary here with Rocksolid Productions. Now, before we get started, if this is your first time here, I just want to take a second and say thanks for coming by and checking out what we have going on here on the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you like what you see here, I invite you to check out some of the other videos that we have here on the channel, including a whole Retro Fighters playlist. And if you really like what you see, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and I want to know what is your favorite color of the N64 of all time. They had the original one, they had the fantastic colors. I want to know what your favorite color of the N64 was. So quite some time ago we got hooked up with these guys here from Retro Fighters with their original Brawler 64, and this has become, quite honestly, my favorite way to play the N64. It's comfortable, it's ergonomic, it just plain works. And speaking of colors, they actually have a whole line of different colors of these controllers too. We reviewed both the original and the color versions here on the channel. I invite you to go check them out. Now, to follow up on that, they do have now their USB version of this controller, just to make sure that that one doesn't fall. So what this promises is to give you the same type of control and feel in the hand of the regular Brawler 64, but the ability to play through a USB port. So we're going to check it out on the Switch. It says right on there for the Switch. We are going to check it out on the Genesis Mini. We're going to try the PlayStation Classic Edition. We are going to try the Retro Bit Super Retrocade. We're going to try a bunch of different devices to see if this works. We're going to throw it on the bench too to see exactly how it works out of the box. Can you use memory cards? What about rumble packs? We're going to check that all out. Let's get started. So here, checking out the Brawler 64 box, I mean, it looks like the regular Brawler 64 box. Although up top it does say here that it works with the PC, Mac, and for the Switch. Again, the Brawler 64 logo, USB gamepad, you know, nothing major on the side. But on the back, let's take a look at what it has to say. Introducing the Brawler 64 gamepad USB version by Retro Fighters, a completely redesigned N64 controller with next generation features and attributes, providing a new and comfortable way to play your favorite classic N64 games. The next gen styled controller has a completely updated look over the original N64 controller. The Retro Fighters Brawler 64 gamepad showcases a two-handle design and features responsive buttons, D-pad, and a comfortable analog stick. Retro Fighters Brawler Pad gamepad offers a new way to play your classic N64 games, featuring ergonomic and comfortable two-handle design, ultra-fast turbo button, oh that's nice, turn on when you need it, turn off when you don't, compatible with Switch, Mac, and PC, comfortable and responsive analog stick, stylish matte buttons, responsive high-quality D-pad, repositioned Z-triggers on both left and right side of the controller, ergonomic placement of the A and B buttons. So let's pop this guy open. Nothing quite like that new controller smell. So out of the box you get a small instruction manual and the controller itself. Let's pop this guy loose. Now I will say out of the box it looks almost identical to the N64 version of the Brawler 64. Now one key difference, looking on the back, there is no port for a memory card or rumble pack, so that is important to note. It still feels great in the hand. It's a super comfortable controller. I fell in love with the Brawler 64 when I first played it. We do have to do the test up, and yeah, there's that issue has been taken care of long ago, so nothing to worry about here. Looks like a nice 10-foot long cord too, so that's very cool. Let's take a look at the manual. Quick start instruction manual, about section, social media, customer service, thank you. On the inside, the goods. The Retro Fighters Brawler 64 is compatible with PC, Mac, and Switch. We want to create a fun and ergonomic modern N64 controller. The setup, simply plug the N64 USB controller into a PC, Mac, or Switch and you're ready to go. Please read on for specific compatibility details with platform and or computer. And just walks you through the different buttons and what they're for. Buttons, who's got the buttons? Oh, macros, to switch up between X input and D input on PC. Press and hold C up and C right for 5 seconds. So, yeah, it's a Brawler 64 without, I mean, it's weird not to see that hump here. It really is. But I mean, this is just, I love how comfortable this controller feels. I have since the first time that I held one of the original ones. So D-pad feels good, ABC buttons all feel good, triggers feel great, turbo and clear. I mean, yeah, it's a Brawler 64. Let's hook it up, let's get testing. So we've got everything fired up and working here on our screen. One thing, I've got Cuphead on screen right now, but I'm gonna hit the start button because the start button is actually what works as the home button. So pretty cool to do that. I'm gonna just start software, press L and R buttons, and we'll play around with both the D-pad and the analog stick to see exactly how everything works. And we'll just go into one of the regular levels on here too then. Analog stick's working really well. Oh, I am just not very good at Cuphead, I will admit that. Just like that, and I died. That works fine. Let's go into Horizon Chase Turbo, because that's one of those games with a decent analog stick as a racing game. Should definitely feel pretty good. Well, at least if it feels good, it should be a good test of it. I did notice that it didn't have rumble, which kind of a bummer, but I understand. So the L&R triggers work as gas and brake. Analog stick feels really responsive. Already up to 10th. Oh! If you like arcadey racing games, I cannot recommend Horizon Chase Turbo enough. I love the graphics, the music is awesome. Overall, just a fun racing game. Good challenge to it too. And the analog stick is working. You know, it feels like it's an analog stick where if I turn just a little bit, it goes a little bit. If I turn a little bit more, it's sharper, if that makes sense. Oh, screwed that one up. Let's go to the home screen. Let's see what else we can try. Let's try the Sega Genesis Classics. I want to try Streets of Rage 2 because I want to see, you know, A and B pretty self-explanatory, but where does the C button happen? You know, which button on here is C? So the right C button is pause. That is B. A is jump. And then the left C button is C. Feels pretty good. Okay, so that works well there. Last one up, some Street Fighter. Okay, that's awesome how well that works with the shurikens. Oh, I can do the Haroukens super well. Oh, got her! Okay, I am digging this for Street Fighter. This is really awesome, and the way the gate is set up on here, because it's more of an octagon shape, I can actually really feel what I'm doing toward, down, down, and towards. I mean, you can probably hear it there as I'm going through the motion. Oh, I was too close to her. Really good for Street Fighter. Let's wrap things up. Once again, Retro Fighters has outdone themselves with creating an excellent N64 inspired controller that takes it to the next level. Everything that I love about the regular Brawler 64 is here, minus memory card support and rumble pack support. One other thing it doesn't support is the transfer pack for like the Pokemon Stadium. Not a big deal to me. 10-foot long cable, awesome. Now I did try it with the Genesis Mini, with the Retrobit Super Retrocade, with the PlayStation Classic Edition. Didn't work with any of them. The closest that it worked with any of them is I could navigate around the menus in the Super Retrocade, but that was it. Above and beyond that, love the comfort on this. This is my preferred way to play my N64, and I never realized how much I didn't like the humping back for the memory card slot and everything. Retro Fighters, make one of these that has rumble built into it. That'd be awesome. But if you are looking for a really good USB compatible controller, this is definitely one to check out. I loved how easy it was for me to pick out and do the Dragon Uppercut in Street Fighter. That blew me away how good that was. It does have that turbo and the clear functionality on here if you do want to assign turbo functionality. And again, it's just stupid comfortable. But these are just my opinions. Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Now, if you do want to pick one of these up, head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com, because one of the cool things that he has, first of all, he does have these available for order on the site. He also has a great program called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you earn, and you can redeem towards future purchases. It's his rewards program that he has, and it's really a great way of giving back to the community. Thank you, Ryan, for doing that. Another thing you can do too, promo code ROCKSOLID10 will save you up to 10% off of most items on the website. So very cool. And again, these are available through CastlemaniaGames.com. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, as always, feel free to email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter at RockSolidStudios, Facebook at Facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, and Instagram at Instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, if you do want to help support the channel and get early access to our content, you can do so by heading on over to our Patreon page at Patreon.com/RockSolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you get early access to all of our content, exclusive content, and more. You can also head on over to our Teespring store on screen right now, where you have t-shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies, where you can go ahead and show your Rock Solid Productions pride. Plus, everything we raise gets put right back into the channel. Like, for example, if you notice, I'm using a new microphone. We actually ordered some new wireless lapel mics. Hopefully this sounds better. Let me know in the comments what you think. But it's thanks to folks helping us out with the channel, with donations through our Patreon, picking up t-shirts, super chats during live chats, everybody and all their support, everything that they do to help keep the channel going. Thank you so very much. Again, I hope the wireless microphones sound better than normal. I stepped on the corded mic and yeah, it died, so I need to get a new microphone. These are really cool. I'm really happy to have one of these now in my collections. Retro Fighters colors. Can we get more colors? Because, you know, the color versions, they're pretty cool. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video too, I want to know what your favorite color of the N64 of all time was. Let me know down in the comments section. And also, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you like what you see here, if you want to see more, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. That way you're kept the most up to date with what we have going on here on the channel. Thanks to Retro Fighters for sending us one of these to check out. I really do appreciate it. It's awesome. My name is Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions and our look at the Retro Fighters Brawler 64 USB edition. I thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon.